Alright guys, welcome back to another video. So we're going to continue working on the entryway table. We're going to start by just getting all of our panels that we need to get done glued up so that they're ready to go for tomorrow. So we need to do the book match panel. It's going to be our bottom shelf, as well as our middle divider panels that are going to kind of break up and separate our cabinet section. So real quick before we get going with the project, I want to let you guys know that I just recently launched a Patreon page. So if you'd like to show your support for the channel, help keep me in the shop putting out these project videos and that, please go check out that page. I've got 3 different tier levels with a whole bunch of different perks. If you go with the top tier, you get free access to all of my digital plans and SketchUp files, as well as you get to be part of a monthly design session with me and everyone else that's a part of that tier. So it's going to be a really good time. So I would highly appreciate it if you guys could go check that out. Anyway, let's get back into this project. So with our panels all glued up, now we're going to move on to cutting our half-blind dovetails that are going to hold in our top stretchers. So we're going to start by cutting the tails onto the ends here where we already cut this rabbet to made it a little bit of a tenon here. So we're going to finish that off. Then we'll cut the socket onto the actual leg piece. we have most of the structure together now. We have an actual freestanding thing. I just have it under some clamping pressure so I can get a little bit more accurate measurements. Now we can move on to getting our bottom shelf fit up. So we need to start by cutting some mortises into our bottom structure pieces here. We're just going to cut some slots that the tenons that we're going to cut onto our bottom panel are then going to fit into. The only trick to fitting this up is making sure that our panel fits between these two structures when it's in the full assembly. So I've already gone through and taken my measurements. I know that the main body of the panel has to be 52 inches long, not including the length of the tenons. Then for the tenons, I want them to be about 7/8 of an inch long. So that's going to give us the 3/4 of an inch that's going to go through our piece of wood or our side structure, plus an extra 1/8 of an inch that we're going to attempt to leave protruding. It's going to be an interesting process because I've never done through mortise and tenon joinery. I've done through dovetails, but that's the only through joint that I've ever dealt with. Okay, so we're now ready to start cutting the tenons onto our shelf piece to actually get it fitted up into these little slots that we cut onto our stretchers, as well as get it fitted into the physical size of our actual entry table. So there's two ways you can go about doing this. The first way is you could be a good woodworker, you could set everything up, take all your measurements, and just cut all your joinery and slap it out just like that. Or we could do it the other way, which is the way I'm going to do it here, in that we're going to kind of go the foolproof method. What that means is that we're going to start by just establishing the tenon on one side. So I'm going to use my track saw to square off one edge. That'll give me a perfectly clean reference point here. I'm then going to use my router with an edge guide to establish that tenon and make sure I get the thickness down so it fits into the slot we just cut into these pieces here. Then once we have that, I'm going to put these two pieces back into the full assembly that you can see on the table saw back there. Then what we can do is flip it around to the other side. We'll take a cleaning pass off of there, and then from there we can just keep cutting that tenon until this piece drops nicely into the full assembly. Now this will make more sense as we go through and do it, but the biggest thing here is that we're just starting by getting one side done. On this side, we don't have to worry about anything else. Then on the other side is where we're going to be making all of our micro adjustments. So the bottom shelf fit up absolutely perfectly. We've got no gaps on either side. I did screw up minorly when I was actually making the shelf. Before I did the glue up, I cut both of our pieces down to 7 inches wide. That way the panel would come out to pretty close to 14 inches wide. But now the problem is when I was actually cutting all my mortise and tenon joinery for our side pieces here, I ended up cutting the tenons a little bit shorter than 1 inch like I initially planned. So we do have about a 32-inch gap between our post legs and the shelf itself. But I honestly think that it looks pretty good. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And then once we go in and add a bevel to that inside edge so that we don't have that kind of razor sharp edge anymore, I think it'll look a lot better. It'll kind of blend in. But yeah, I don't think there's any issue. And if you look closely at the joints here, you will notice that there are some gaps. Now I started by just getting it a perfect fit. Then as I was thinking about it, I thought, okay, there's no way that this is going to be able to expand and contract as much as it needs to. This 14-inch wide panel is going to expand and contract a decent amount. So all I did was just add in about a 32nd of an inch on either side, and that'll get blended as we go in and add all of our chamfers to that end tenon there. So there still is one issue with our shelf that you're actually going to see on a lot of pieces of furniture that exactly like this, where you have that big bottom shelf that's made of a single piece of wood. And that is, if I apply any pressure to it, you can see that it actually starts to bend in the middle. Now, obviously, we know exactly why that's happening. Same reason why the pieces up here bend when I pull down on them too. Because without some kind of vertical-oriented piece, there's just not enough strength in here over this spans to create any kind of strength. So what we need to do is we need to incorporate a piece that looks like these middle stretchers here into our bottom, and that's exactly what we're going to do next. So all we're going to do here is just make 2 pieces that are going to go on the underside. We're going to use some sliding dovetails because that's going to actually create a hold on there. The other option that would be a little bit easier would be using a dado and putting some screws through your bottom support pieces, but the sliding dovetail that we're going to be using here is a very traditional method of doing this, and it's the complex geometry of that dovetail that's going to help pull all these pieces together and keep this panel from doing that. So we have those support pieces on the bottom shelf now, and that has definitely made it a lot more rigid. There is still some flex to it. This is a very long expanse. There's not really much you can do without building a whole frame like this around it to prevent that kind of flex to it. But there is a definite improvement to it. And I left them with the sliding dovetails somewhat loose, so they're not doing a whole lot of work right now. They're just kind of there and they just kind of exist. Once we glue those sliding dovetails in place, then they'll actually really be doing something. Other than that, we now have the whole external structure, most of it done. The only thing we have left to do on here is fit in our top 2 pieces that are going to support our middle dividers. And we can't actually put those in until we know where our middle frame is going to sit. What we're going to start working on in the next video is all the internal stuff here. So we need to mount a couple support pieces to these vertical structures so that that frame can actually sit on something. We need to build out that frame, obviously, so we actually have something to reference off of. Then we need to add in our cross pieces to the top here, and then we'll start working on those 2 divider panels that are going to go in between. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.